And welcome in another beautiful day in the Music City. Welcome into the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. It is a stunning day outside. Chase McCabe is on assignment. He'll report back tomorrow with his replacement today is one, the only, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier, Brando behind the boards. Boys, let's have some fun today. Nick, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you again, Joe. How was David Lee Roth last night?
Well, I owe apology to David Lee Roth because it was an absolute kick-ass, badass concert last night.
He wasn't 5'2", was he?
He was 5'4".
Oh.
So Dr. Crane's parents were right behind me last night at the Ryman, which was fantastic. But I'm telling you, we bagged on Roth yesterday because, like, he can't sing. Look, he can't sing. But he told stories last night about how certain songs came about. And I'm telling you, if he went on tour again by himself with a guitar and just told stories, it would sell out arenas. It was amazing. About meeting the Van Halens, about going on tour and getting a start. And we'll talk early about, he talked about this great motivational thing about keep showing up in life was really good. Look, his voice went gone 30 years ago. We all know that, right? But I'm telling you, and it was people at the Ryman loved it last night. And when he played Jump and he opened with Panama, I mean, it was go see him. Don't take my word for him. Just go see him. So we got to hang out with Mom and Dad, man.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Crane. That is correct.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Look, before they left the house, like, you guys are going to love it. Enjoy a nice night on the town, right?
Yes.
They got back. It was probably like 11:30. I'm already asleep, and I just hear,
shocker.
Thanks for the tickets. Like, you're welcome. Yeah, no problem.
We were laughing last night. Somebody kicked a Modelo can at the Ryman. You know, it's on a little.
Oh, yeah, on a decline.
Yeah, and that can went from like the back row all the way almost to the. I mean, people are like out of the way, like a half full can of Modelo that went down there.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, right?
I mean,
Not
somebody
really.
I'm just saying. Something could happen.
You been to the Ryman?
I have been.
What'd you see at the Ryman?
Man, it's been a long time. I think last time I went to the Ryman to actually see something, I was like in grade school.
Billy Graham?
It was for like a field trip. I can't really
No,
recall.
that doesn't count. Like as a teenager or adult.
Yeah, as a concert goer.
Oh, you saw Brett Eldridge.
That's right. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah.
See how crazy my mind just falls away?
Mama Crane said that last night.
Brett Eldridge. That's right. Yeah.
You're doing that.
Yeah,
All right,
but it is a beautiful venue, though. It really is.
we're on the stream up and going now.
Beautiful. Love it.
God, I need to lose more weight. What are we doing here?
Well, I'll help you there, Joe. Yeah. You
Is
gotta,
it loud?
No, you got to click the other camera. So we both are on there.
Okay.
There you go.
I didn't do anything.
That's all right. See?
Yeah. Okay, there we are. That one right there.
Exactly.
And there's Chase McCabe right there.
Right.
Right over there.
He's down there.
Getting busy for
On assignment.
He's on assignment on his big thing. So we're excited about that. Fun show today. Come down to the Omni and say hi to us. We got Greg Wyshynski at 2 o'clock. We'll get the very latest on the Nashville Predators general manager search, which is still, I'm looking for the gold smoke to pop out of Bridgestone Arena over there.
Waiting for that GM, man.
Waiting for that GM.
I mean, you said it was going to be Wednesday. Didn't happen on Wednesday.
Hey, man, we had a segment yesterday.
I know.
We were wrong.
We were wrong.
And I was wrong about.
Do you have a new, ETA? You have a good new guess, maybe?
No. Hopefully the next week or so. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking next Friday.
Don't do it the same day as the NFL schedule release.
Oh, then that's going to get no attention.
Zero.
Yeah.
And we love the Predators, but the NFL schedule release has become a massive thing. Massive. People watch that, and they. I know people who book air travel that night that follow the Titans, that book air travel that night when the schedule comes out.
Really?
Because it's 5, 6, 7 months out to get the good deals.
Huh. Yeah, that's right. The airfare. You're right. Yeah.
I'm telling you, they book immediately. When that schedule comes out, they'll go to Southwest Airlines. All right, they're in Vegas. Then like the Titans play the AFC East next year. So wherever those games are up there, they'll get it done.
What do you think the rates are for Spirit right now? Bad joke. All right. Continuing. Sorry about that.
That is a terrible joke.
Yeah, it's a bad joke.
How dare you?
Wait, it was a good joke in my head.
Right. Oh, we're back to that. Like when you talk about
yeah,
in my head it was a good thing, but we'll see. We'll get into the latest with Mike Vrabel.
Oh boy.
I think Mike Vrabel, with the latest thing that came out, I think he's done.
Done.
But I think he can salvage himself in one way if he does this. And we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But you said earlier something about his ego, right?
Yep.
And that's the problem. But I think he can salvage himself if he does one thing. These latest things, Center Hill Lake, right?
Putnam County.
Oh, Putnam County on the national landscape.
Man.
I think somebody at TMZ is taking this personally now. Right? Somebody at TMZ Sports is taking this personally.
Do you think somebody at TMZ used to work here in this market?
Oh, I don't know. I think there's nothing else going on. And now you can bring the NFL into this thing and it's drama and everything. I think they see clicks and views and like page 6 of the New York Post was it? Had it?
Yep. This is not just an NFL draft story to just go off.
It's taken off.
There's a lot more to this entire story.
So what's the latest? She rented a boat.
Yes, and in the picture you could see online, allegedly it looked like her signature signing off to be the driver of the boat. Allegedly, that's what it says on the.
But she was pregnant.
Correct, at the time.
And this was in 21.
Yes.
Okay.
Is what the reports are online.
And Vrabel's name's on that ledger.
Mm-hmm.
And there were alleged reports about people trying to take pictures with her, and she declined. Vrabel declined.
Well, there were some other reports allegedly that he took pictures, and they were said that they don't need to be seen online.
Right,
is what it was to be said. So, again, this is a very touchy-feel subject for not only the people involved with the situation, but just two fan bases.
Well, I think everybody's.
Well, yeah, everybody's involved with it. But I'm just saying, if you're back in the day, that was like prime Tennessee Titans era.
Oh, yeah.
Look at 21. That team was clicking on all cylinders.
Oh, yeah.
So it just makes you wonder.
And I got a great joke, but our boss is here. I can't tell the joke on air because I might not be here at 12:30. I'll keep the joke between us off air.
Okay.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So we'll get into that later on today because I think it's not stopping.
Right.
And for those who say it's not a big deal, it's a big deal. Because it's everywhere, and it's the number one trending thing that's going on. Everybody's talking about it. We'll get into it later. All right, I'm excited for our question of the day. You ready?
I love it. Let's do it.
You guys were fantastic yesterday. The question of the day about the first big major news story you remember as a kid. All right, so there's a lot of graduations happening this week in college. Our man Connor Newt's graduating.
Christian Skelton.
Yeah. So a lot of people are graduating this weekend. So our question of the day is 615-737-1025. What was your first real job where you actually had taxes taken out, where you had a boss, right? Your first real job, not mowing the grass for your uncle, not dog sitting for the neighbor, not babysitting for the other neighbor. That doesn't count.
Not feeding the koi fish down the street.
No, is that you?
No.
That was you. So what was your first real job where they took taxes out? And how old were you? We want to know about this because now these people are getting out into the real world and you have jobs. 615-737-1025. And Brando, if anybody calls, just text us and we'll get to it immediately. What was your first job where they took taxes out?
My first job, I was an aftercare teacher at Glendale Elementary School. Yeah. Picture that.
They're taller than you.
Let's just say I was playing power forward and center with all the kindergartners, okay?
How old were you?
I was in community college, and then this transitioned into after college before working at 1025. So I started working there probably when I was 20, maybe 19.
What did you make sure they got their snacks?
Well, so my job every single day was to walk in there, clean off all the tables because that was like the same lunchroom area they had, and then basically prepare their afternoon snack, so which was like hummus. I think it was bell peppers. Then a side of fruit, and then they had like some cereal on the side as well. But they had like different themed days to what you could eat for snacks. But hummus was like the go-to rotation.
Wait, how old were these kids?
They were ranging from, I believe, like kindergarten to 3rd, 4th grade.
Kids that young are eating hummus?
Yeah.
Really?
And the kids that didn't want to eat it, they ended up eating like cereal or something.
Okay.
But yeah, this was a well-run establishment. Shout out to my lady Beth Miller. She's now, I think, retiring this year, so congratulations to Beth. But she was the first lady that offered me my taking out taxes type job.
All right,
so
that's the question of the day, 615-737-1025. Your first real job where they took taxes out and you had a boss. Let's go to the phone line, bring in Dustin Hopkinsville. Dustin, what was your first real job?
My first real job, I was 18 years old, just out of high school, and I worked at Ryan Steakhouse. And I worked as a server, and I learned quick that you didn't tell them exactly what you took in tips because, as you said, taxes, you can cheat the system a little bit. Come after me, IRS. It's been over 10 years. Let's go.
Oh, that a boy doesn't.
All $1,000 or whatever it equaled up to. But man, there was this one time I remember this couple came in and they were just, I don't know if it was, I don't know if it was a second, first date, what, they were just having drinks, no food. And people go get their own food anyways at Ryan, so they serve drinks. And I treated them just like I would anyone else. I was professional, kept their drinks full. They literally left and came back. She said, "You treated us the same way as you would treat everybody else. We wasn't even going to give a tip, but here you go." I thought it was big of them to come back. That was
Well done. Hey, do you remember your boss's name?
No, I didn't care about him.
Okay, then. Dustin, thanks, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. All right, have a good one.
Thank you. Yeah. Do you remember your boss's name?
Yeah, Beth Miller.
Beth Miller.
Yeah, I said she's retiring this year. So
my first.
I remember all my coworkers' names. You kidding me?
That's not a coworker. That's a boss.
I know, but bosses. I know all the coworkers I used to work with as well.
Mine is I worked at Opryland Park. All right, I had with football and everything. I'd have odd jobs like painting. I worked at my uncle's warehouse, but that wasn't a real job. That was he paid me cash.
We need that.
So I worked at Opryland USA. I worked in everybody worked over there. So I worked in the music store. I worked there for 3 days in June of '85. I got mono and had to quit. And then they kind of fired me.
Mononucleosis?
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
So
now how'd you get mono, Joe?
I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. So I went from 260 pounds to 205 in a month.
Oh my
I was that sick. Hospital for a week. But I had the job at Opryland for 3 days working the music, and it was crazy because it was right before you go in there. CDs were just coming out,
right?
And I'm like, man, I work at Opryland, and you see all your buddies, like the coach. Mm-hmm. Coach Wells worked over at Opryland. He delivered stuffed animals, and he was probably the worst employee Opryland's ever had. Right? I wasn't far behind, but we all worked over there. You'd go eat. Remember, if you worked at Opryland, what was the name? I'm not going to tell you. What was the name of the employee restaurant? Text in 615-737-1025 if you remember the name of the employee restaurant at Opryland. All right, let's go back to the phone. Bradley wants to weigh in our question of the day. Bradley, welcome in. Bradley, what was your first real job that you had?
My first real job was I worked at a Hawaiian shaved ice.
Okay, where?
In the Kroger parking lot in Memphis one summer. I was 16 years old, and this woman hired me to come in, and she told me she's going to call me on whatever day that was to start, and I waited around all day for her to call me, and then I go on one super quick errand and come right back, and of course she calls during that little time stretch, right? And so when I listen to her voicemail, I literally jump right in the car and go straight to this little Hawaiian shaved ice place, which if you remember, like the old Kodak kiosk, they would have, like, it's like the size of like, yeah,
like a photo map booth,
like,
yes.
Exactly like that. Well, anyway, I get there and she's furious because, she was so broad about it. Just, I'm going to call you on, Saturday, right? So I waited around all day and she called late in the day. But anyway, so she decides she's going to put me on chewing gum duty, which is like you scrape the chewing gum off the sidewalk in the street that entire night. I ended up quitting a week later just because she just was so nasty. And then I remember walking into another place and was hired on the spot.
Oh, good job. So now you're going to tell me you own about 30 Hawaiian shaved ice businesses.
I wish I did. Actually, now I'm finally out of corporate America and loving life.
Good for you.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best thing ever. Bradley, thank you, man. We appreciate you listening.
Thanks, gents. Take care.
All right, we'll go to the break now. Our question of the day is, what's the first real job you had where they actually took out taxes and you had a boss, not working for your uncle or babysitting the neighbor, with a real job that took out taxes? 615-737-1025. Listen, you guys make this segment fantastic. You guys with your answers and interaction, we love you guys. So let us know. Back with more on that. We're live today at the Omni National Hotel down at Barlines. Beautiful day. Chase McCabe off. Dr. Crane in with me. Brando back, and we come back. Text line's already fired up. We'll read those. Back with more right here. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show right here on 102.5 The Game, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel in downtown at Bar Lines here, which is a beautiful setting. We have people who are here. They're looking up like, what the hell's going on? So we appreciate you three right there for looking at us over. Brooke is managing us.
There we go. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, we got two people. By the way, the guy in the middle looks like Tim Tebow from afar.
He does a little bit.
Yeah, you, buddy. Yeah. Welcome in, Tim. All right, our question of the day is, what's the first real job you ever had where they actually took out taxes and you had a boss? Mm-hmm. And again, our text line, I'm afraid to keep refreshing it because it's going crazy. Dr. Crane, you're in charge of the text line.
Thank you. Joey in Gallatin says, I was a basic training for the United States Air Force at the age of 17, July of 2011. So that was his first job.
Way to go. Thank you for your service,
yes,
buddy.
Thank you, Joey. Mike in Lebanon. I was 14 working at a local lumber yard. So we all know about the lumber, right?
Right, we do.
First real job, let's see, Tim in Spring Hill was May 16th, 1977, almost to the day. I mean, wow, that's crazy.
Well, what was the job?
I'm getting there.
Oh, my
I'm
bad,
getting
buddy.
there. My goodness.
Sorry, you're going
At
for it.
McDonald's, into my junior year of high school, I was 16, making $2.10 an hour, earned enough to buy my first car that summer, which was a 1968 Buick Electra.
Would you not love to have a 68 Buick Electra?
White wall tires.
I bet that thing goes 800 miles an hour.
Just no seat belts at all, too.
Right?
The Buick Electras have the middle seat as well, or no?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. But that just sounds good, right? Yeah. And I bet your first 8-track was Boston.
I mean, whose wasn't, right?
Right. That popular mid-70s. Boston, Aerosmith, right?
Let's see.
Peter Frampton.
Yeah. Justin in Greenbrier says, I was 15 going on 16 and worked in a racing memorabilia store in Rivergate Mall. I drove my 78 model Oldsmobile Cutlass, which was my first car also. Justin, yes, sir. My dad has a Cutlass Oldsmobile. It's an 84.
Oh.
Yeah. Glass T-tops.
Does he really?
Yeah. So it's a Sweet 16 car.
Does he bring it out often?
No, I think he has the automobile tags, the red ones, the vintage ones.
It's the antique?
Yeah, the antique tags.
Wait, an 84 Cutlass is an antique?
Yeah.
Oh, is it the 25-year minimum or something?
30.
30? Okay.
Yeah.
So if I still had my Datsun, my 81 Datsun 310 GX that ran like a racehorse, that'd be an antique now?
Yeah, like the car I drive, 3 more years it'll be an antique.
Holy cow.
Mine's a 98. So
all right, keep going,
the
buddy.
more you know. All right, let's see here. 8695. My goodness, the text line keeps blowing up. I was 13, car hop at Sonic Drive-In, made 50 cents an hour plus tips. My goodness.
Did you have to? Is that
like
a male or female?
It doesn't say. It's just 8695.
Did you have to roller skate? Could you do that job in roller skate?
It depends on what type of roller skates we're talking. We're talking inline roller skates. We're talking about the actual 2 in the front, 2 in the back.
2 in the front, 2 in the back.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know.
Could you inline skate with those skates?
Yeah.
I'd break every bone in my body.
No,
I wouldn't even do that.
I think inline skating's a little bit easier than the 2 in the front, 2 in the back.
Okay.
It's just me though.
All right, 615-737-1025. Well, we'll talk sports. We'll get there later on.
Yeah.
But this is an honor of all of our friends that are graduating this weekend from college. We're talking about what was your first real job where they actually took out taxes and you had a boss.
Right here, 0040. Here we go. Bellboy at a DoubleTree Hotel downtown when I was 16 years old back in 2009. Worst summer job ever.
Oh, come on.
People packed everything in their house into one little suitcase. Could you imagine putting on a little bellhop and you just put it on a little thing and you're rolling it to the hotel room?
Yeah.
And you get stuck going up the incline and it comes all the way back down?
Well, the worst thing is not getting tipped.
Oh, could you imagine?
I mean, how do you not tip?
Tipping is we've been down this road before. Oh, man. I think tipping, you got to do it anytime you can, in my opinion.
Look, if you get bad service, I get that, right? Then you just like, hey, leave a small, whatever.
Here's 5 instead of 20.
But if your service is good, average, leave a tip.
I always tell myself somebody else needs that 20 more than I do.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, remember this. Nobody ever went broke by giving.
You got that right.
Read more, pal.
You got that. Jeff here, 14 years old. City Recreational Department summer job teaching Red Cross swimming in the morning and lifeguarding the city pools in the afternoon. Great job in so many ways. I could see why.
Oh, he's 14?
At the time, yeah.
How did you get hired at 14?
I know. Don't you have to be like 15?
I thought back when I was 16, but you had 15 with a little permit or something you could get
Unless
going
he
on.
had
But maybe the city needed lifeguards. You're qualified.
maybe he had military appearance where he got his hardship driver's license. Maybe that expedited the problem.
No, he needs to write back and explain to
Yeah,
us.
Jeff, give us a little explanation
Jeff,
on
we're
that one.
concerned, man, that maybe your parents violated a child labor law, and we'll call our friend Blair Durham and get you some money. So we get a third of that because we brought it to light.
Exactly. 0626. My boss's name was Kerry Collins, and no, not that Kerry Collins. So
Where?
let's see here. Here's more. Worked at a bag drop at Fairview Plantation Golf Course in Gallatin. Trevor from Bon Aqua.
Trevor, I bet you made some good money doing that.
You know what else is in Bon Aqua?
That means with water?
Yeah, you could say that.
I don't know.
I think there's some bird housing out there too. You can buy exotic birds in Bon Aqua.
You don't know.
I have a family friend that's done that before.
Okay.
So,
But you still don't. You weren't.
I don't know.
I didn't feel
no.
the confidence in you by saying that right there.
Well, I just not trying to make a joke. Heard from a little bird, but yeah,
Oh my God.
you got to stop me, Joe. I'm sorry.
I'm
the jokes. I'm 0 for 2, and we're only what?
Chase, can you turn around and come back?
0 for 2, only 27 minutes in. All right, I'll stop with the jokes. Let's see here. 6967. When I was 14, I emptied and wiped out the quarter rides at the mall. Got paid in quarters. It was keep a percentage and send the rest to the company.
Okay. How much did you send to the guy? This is where I would never hire a kid. How much did you send to the company on that? That's a great job. I'm glad you worked, but I'm just curious how much you sent into the company.
My question would be, how many times did you go to the bubblegum machine to twist the quarter in there? Because that's how much I know the percentages went to you than the company.
Oh, I love it. All right, we'll take another break. Our question of the day is, what's the first job you had where they actually took out taxes and you had a boss? Your first real job that you had, even if it's 14. You got one real quick?
No, Dustin in Hopkinsville heard my joke earlier about the lumber job. He heard the subtle.
Okay. All right. Got you on that one. It's all right. You could laugh.
Thank you, Dustin.
So we'll get to the bottom of why our guy was working at 14 years old. We'll get to the bottom of that.
Come on, Jeff.
Because there's no statute of limitations for that.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm like you. I'm just making statements. I'm not sure I can back them up.
Well, no, I have statements to back up. I know who it is. Okay. I'm not going to out them, though.
All right, we'll keep doing that. We'll come back. We'll tell you how Mike Vrabel, at least I think how Mike Vrabel can keep his job in the midst of all these other pitchers that are coming up and popping up, because I think he's done.
Really?
I think, but we'll talk about that coming up next. We're live here at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. Dr. Crane in for Chase McCabe, who's on assignment. Brando back behind the boards. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show right here on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lions in downtown Nashville. We'll get into our Mike Vrabel thing in a moment. But, again, the question of the day is, what was your first ever real job? They took taxes out, and you had a boss, 615-737-1025. And the texts and the calls keep coming in. Let's go to the phone line. Matt, welcome in. Matt, what was your first job?
So I was 18 and a college student in Boston, and went in to apply at a coffee shop to be a barista. Never had coffee in my life, and kind of a shy, quiet kid. And anyway, built up the courage to ask for the application. The manager asked me if I wanted a cup of coffee while I filled it out, and I thought I better say yes. And how do you like it? Oh, just black, I guess, And by the time I finished that application in that cup of coffee, I don't think that guy had ever met anyone more enthusiastic about coffee in his life. I think I was promoted before the interview was over.
Oh, look at you, Matt.
It was kind of funny. But, yeah.
It goes to show you, though, when you're investing in something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I was invested quick. Coffee was good.
Yeah, all right. Do you probably own like 9 Starbucks now, don't you?
I wish. No. I work for Seattle's Best Coffee, and I don't think it exists anymore as a building. But there were 2 Starbucks on every corner there.
Well, of course there is. That's just the way to take it over the world. Matt,
What's your go-to drink, Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, mocha latte for sure.
Okay.
Like 4 or 5 shots.
Right. Good Lord, Matt.
Espresso shots, not tequila shots.
I know that. He's pulling an all-nighter. Matt, thanks for listening. Calling, buddy. We appreciate you.
Love the show. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Love you, buddy. We'll reach some of those texts in a moment, but let's get to the Vrabel thing, all right?
Okay.
Here's my take on Mike Vrabel, right? I think he's done, right? I think there's more. I mean, if I'm Robert Kraft, I'm like, all right, what's next? Now you're on a boat with a pregnant woman at Center Hill Lake in Putnam County, and then what's going on? Look, what you do on your own time is your own time, right? But now it's blown up and all that. So how does Mike Vrabel walk into a locker room and demand perfection from his players, right? If I'm a player and Vrabel comes like, I'm like, dude, you're blasted everywhere on the papers for your infidelity. And again, allegedly, all that stuff, but all these pictures. So I think you lose the respect right there, right? If I'm on you, I'm like, do this and do this. I'm like, well, coach, you didn't do that. I get it. Here's how I think Vrabel could save his tail. He goes as a team meeting and says, boys, be better than me. Be better than me. I royally screwed up. Be better than me. You see where I was and where I am? Be better than me. I will back you. I will work you hard, but be better than me. Whatever you do, be better than me. Lose the, don't do dumb stuff that hurt the team and, the rah-rah meathead stuff.
Yep.
Just say, you got to be better than me. I'm sorry. Be better than me. I don't think Mike Vrabel's ego will allow him to have that type of mea culpa.
You make a good point. I don't think look, you're in the camp of, yes, if he would just kind of let the ego go past him, things would blow by.
Yeah.
For me, I think if he still has that ego, that little edge to him, winning solves all the problems, unfortunately. I know that sounds terrible, but in this form or fashion, if the A.J. Brown trade happens at some point and they end up getting him in New England, I think I'm not saying that it'll blow over, but I'm saying a lot of this will be kind of overlooked when it comes to winning in New England.
Okay, I get you that. It's like I don't get up here and talk about successful marriages.
Sure.
Because I blew 2 of them because I was a jackass. I ruined 2 marriages. That's all in my past a long time ago. So I'm not going to tell you how to have a successful marriage or relationship.
Right.
Because I'm terrible. Right. And God knows and I know we've had long talks about this. So for Vrabel to go in that locker room and say, hey, I demand this and demand that, you're like, coach, you're all over the papers. You're with a pregnant woman on the lake. That's not your wife. Mm-hmm. Look, I get I understand nobody's perfect. I get all that.
Right.
But if he would just go in, I'm not saying this is going to say he's all right and fine and back on the right track, but he goes in and says, be better than me. Dude, don't do it. I'm the example of what not to do. I will support you. I'll coach you. We'll win together, but be better than me. Humble yourself. I don't think he will do that. I don't think he knows how to do that. And that's not a slight on him.
Right.
I just don't think he's
wired differently.
Yes.
That's what it
Right.
is. My issue I have that I'm trying to come to terms with is Robert Kraft in this whole situation. Because Robert Kraft speaks glowingly about Mike Vrabel, especially in that Boston market. I just don't see it in his own conscience to be able to say, Mike, I'm going to have to fire you. I don't see that happening if that is the case. Maybe Mike does step down if that is the case for him, if he thinks that's the benefit of his career and the benefit of the situation. But I can't get on board with seeing him move on from New England, because that, to me, and we all see this in the NFL, that seems to be that dream job for him, going back to the place where he had the most success in his career.
When's enough? When's enough for Robert Kraft? I mean, I got to tell you that when I saw the pictures yesterday, I'm like, this is it.
Here's my answer. When it hits his pocketbooks.
Okay.
That's when. Because basically what I mean by that is if Mike Vrabel stays, they end up making that A.J. Brown trade at some point. Say they end up going 3-13 for like not this year, but the following year. And say they go.
Well, I think it blows over in 2 years. I think
you think
now.
No, like I just told you earlier, wins will replace all of this. It will help out the whole situation. If this team has 2 losing seasons back to back, say they go 7-9, not this season, but next season. Sorry, 7-10. Excuse me, old brain.
Sorry.
If say they go 7-10, I still think that's where the conversation starts to happen. Of look, we're not bringing in the same amount of ticket revenue. We're not still bringing in XYZ. That's when I think Robert Kraft will start looking at the books that way.
I think by that time it's all blown over. I just don't know if he can weather this storm.
Yeah, I mean, I agree to that point. If he can or cannot weather the storm, it's a difficult situation.
But he put him in that situation. He put him, like with me, I put myself in those situations. I mean, you put yourself. It's not like somebody held a gun to our heads and go do that. He did that, right? So
for 6 years,
right?
That adds up.
I was going to add something else, but I don't want to add fuel to a fire. That's just more like paparazzi nonsense.
Yeah.
And I was going to say something, but I'm not going to do that. But I just think now, I mean, we're the players. I mean, if you're on my butt, like, I'm like, dude, you were 6 years, you were doing this.
That's a good point
you
bring up, because I think it was Robert Spillane that was asked about a question at a media press conference in New England. And along the lines of, I respect Coach on a football level and respect him as a friend. We know he's going through tough stuff outside of football. We're here to support him. Right. To me, I mean, that's your, politically correct answer as a player. But at the same time, I feel like there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when a coach has something going on, like not to this magnitude, but say Coach, lost a family member, or Coach, broke his leg or something. Not Vrabel. I'm saying a coach in general as an example. Your players will rally around you. This is a little bit different.
They're not rallying around him. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
It's a little different because you look at Drake May as well as the starting quarterback. He's even mentioned like, yeah, we're going to rally around Coach.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you can rally around it on a personal level. From a football level, I can see why.
They're going to have to, right?
But on a personal level, it's a push and pull situation. You make a great point, though.
Right.
If he can just somehow lower the ego aspect of it and go in and say, guys, I messed up. That's simple as that. Do better than me. You make a great point.
To the phones we go. Malika wants to weigh in on the Mike Vrabel situation. Malika, welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm blessed. Thank you for taking my call. I've been listening about this Mike Vrabel thing and I would like to say Mike Vrabel should be ashamed of himself. He's not a regular citizen. He's a famous person. He should have known what he was doing before he got into something. He should have said, I'm not doing this. Mike Vrabel should be kicked out. And Mike Vrabel is not a human. To me, he is a horrible, horrible person. Shame on him. Thank you for taking my call. Thank God Saul is our coach.
All right, Malika, thank you so much for weighing in. Please call in if you've got an opinion on this. We want to hear from you one way or the other. It's just when I saw those pictures yesterday, Malika, really thank you for that. We're not going to cut you off. We're not. If you call in either side, we want to hear from you what you talk about there. Kevin was weighing in now. Kevin, welcome in. Good afternoon. What do you say about this Mike Vrabel?
A couple things. I find it a shame that the
woman, Diana Rossini, lost her job, and everybody's trying to figure out how Vrabel should stay in his, because if she was guilty of anything, he was just as guilty of it. And I'm talking about whether it was the Julio Jones or anything like that. So women taking a step in this world, we got to look at that a little bit, but that's a shame that she's the one that's paying for all of it. But the other thing I wanted to bring up is I'm convinced he had to have gotten fired from Tennessee Titans because of this, because Amy is a faith-based woman. She's a little different than a Robert Kraft who goes out for prostitution. He would keep her. That I think that it shows what a class act she is, that she didn't let it out,
Right.
and that she kept going. And I just want to say one thing. Buck Reisen laughed at me and told me it was laughable that Mike Vrabel got fired for anything other than losing games. And I'm like, a 3-time Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer, so popular. Please, because he lost some games, they would have never fired him. It had to be over. That's just my 2 cents, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Great show, and thank you.
All right, Kevin,
Thanks, Kevin.
thank you. Kevin, we'll never laugh at you. In fact, we're going to call Buck after the show and laugh at him and just laugh. So, Kevin, thank you for weighing in about that. I have heard that. I've heard that from several people with some knowledge about what they knew at Titans camp regarding Vrabel during all that. I don't know if that's why I don't know. But I keep hearing that more and more and more that they knew over at Titans camp. Now, I don't know to what degree they knew or who knew or what knew. I just don't know.
Yeah, I'm a fly on the wall in this situation. I have zero,
You're hearing what I'm hearing.
Exactly.
Right? That's it.
Yeah.
Back to the phones real quick. CJ wants to weigh on the Mike Vrabel thing. CJ, welcome in. How are you today?
How are you doing, my sports prognosticators?
Good, buddy.
Great.
All right. Hey, this reminds me of the Megan Barry situation we had some years back. And it's just rough, man. I mean, what's done the dark is brought to the light, man. I feel bad for the family, and, it's just rough, man. I mean, things like that, man, it's just hard to wash off, man. And like I said, nobody's perfect, but as the other lady said, when you out there in the public, light, man, you're held to a certain type of, superiority, and I just hope he gets through it. I thank y'all for taking my call.
Yeah, CJ, thank you, buddy. And that's the thing. I mean, this is all airing out in real time, the dirty laundry and the papers and everything. We're seeing everything.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because, like, if you're a faith-based human being, I mean, you're going to have to be really strong with your faith after something like this.
Well, yeah, I mean that's like, part of it.
I'm going to be honest with you, Joe. Like, me being one of those Catholics people, you got to go to the penance for, like, eternity. Like, this is something you got to be going to.
Right.
Like, I get the whole marriage counseling thing, whatever that may be, but, like, you got to go to talk to a priest.
I don't want to get into a theological debate here because
Sure,
I'm pretty stupid.
Right.
But I don't know how he's Catholic.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not Catholic.
From what I've read online and from what I've seen as well, like, they used to have a chaplain. And also, I think it was before the Super Bowl, they interviewed a chaplain on ESPN about Mike Vrabel and including that with the team as well. So
that's fine.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it shows you have a baseline of something.
Well, I mean, CJ makes a point. I mean, and we're not going to defend this, but
sure,
nobody's perfect. You made mistakes and all that. But, I mean, to each their own, right? I would want my stuff airing out, but you're a public figure on that level that everybody's seeing. What's next?
It's a different magnitude.
Right. I was listening to DVD yesterday, and then it happened during their show, and I couldn't turn the radio off. I'm like, I want to hear more about this, and it has nothing to do with sports, but everything to do with life, right? It's bigger than sports.
My question is to the Putnam County point of the whole boat situation. The person that's renting out the boat to those two, the person whoever is letting this be signed off, would you not at least ask a question?
No.
I mean, in your own, like,
how would you
right?
Not? I mean, would
just
you
ask a question.
You would. I mean, you saw Mike Vrabel in 21 go with Dinah Rossini, and it's like, what are y'all doing here on the lake in Putnam County and Center Hill? By the way, Center Hill Lake's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Right?
My dad lost a pair of Maui Jims out there.
Did he? What's that?
Glasses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thought that was a guy.
No.
It's like, good Lord.
No, Joe.
Body floating in Center Hill.
No.
But I don't think in the moment you don't realize. Now you're like, why didn't you ask questions and all that? I don't think you knew, right?
What I would have said if I had to, give them the paperwork, what are y'all doing out here?
Yeah.
That's what I would have said.
Holy hell, it's Mike Vrabel. What are you doing out here in
You have the
whatever
best
time it
team in
was.
football. What are you doing out here?
Right.
Y'all want to go fishing? I got a dock over here.
I just thought when DVD mentioned yesterday and it was Putnam County and Cookeville, I was like, you got to be kidding.
Yeah.
So had it been a lake in Illinois, it'd still be like, oh, haha. Now that it's in our backyard, it's like, okay, what's next? I'm like, what's going to happen today?
Yep.
What's going to come out today in all this?
I don't know, Joe. Maybe somebody didn't fill up the gas tank. They're already, asking for more
Right.
money. I have no clue.
All right, we'll take another break. Want to weigh in today? Your opinion on what you think of what's going on the Mike Vrabel. We'd love to hear from you. 615-737-1025. Also, our question today, and we got a ton of texts. We'll read those too. Is what was your first ever real job where you had a boss that took out taxes with graduation happening this weekend for a bunch of our friends? So that and much more. Chase McCabe off today. Dr. Crane in with us at the bar lines here at Omni Nashville Hotel, right on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel down here at Bar Lines. It's a beautiful day in the Music City. Back to the phone lines. People want to weigh in about this Mike Vrabel situation. Dustin in Hopkinsville. Dustin, I feel like we just talked to you.
Yeah, that was a few minutes ago, buddy. How y'all doing now?
We're doing great, man. Thanks.
Thanks for witnessing my my joke earlier.
Yes.
Man, oh, you like that?
That was great.
Oh, a spirit. Yeah, that joke was a bit out of spirit, sir.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You two guys get a room.
No, I'm just kidding. Hey,
Kidding.
So I'm going to get a little human here. This is a very sad story. I've been trying to call a few weeks now, and it always comes at the right time. God always puts you where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there.
Right.
First off, I'm the worst person. I'm one of the biggest hypocrites you'll ever see. I'm a filthy human being. But man, if you are taking a win or you're enjoying this Mike Vrabel thing, you're a very sick person. You got two families broken. You've got children broken. You've got, at the very least, a team broken. And you know, we all live in glass houses. And I feel really bad for Diana. As a woman, man, they're more emotional than we are as men, and she's going through it. And they both just got to get real low and get down in that quiet room with the Lord and figure this thing out and get close to Him. And they could come out of better on this, because the Lord has used people, very, very bad people in the Bible many times, to do great things. And that's how I see it. And the person from TMZ, you're sick. This is planned, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
All right, Dustin, thanks, buddy. Appreciate the phone call. He makes all very good and salient points about what's going on, and it's just not – the story's not going to go away. Now, we're not sitting over here like, it's a story that needs to be talked about, because it's one of the biggest stories in the country. Yeah. You just cannot ignore it. Then you add the fact that it's Mike Vrabel, and all this stuff happened here when he was with the Titans, and she's in town, and the allegations and the leaking and whatever happened of telling things and rumors and innuendo. I mean, that all happened here. So it's a big story for us here. That's why we talk about it.
Yeah, and also, too, like, Mike Vrabel's marriage goes way back to college, too. That's the other sore subject of all this. Like, even Dustin mentioned about the kids factor into all this. Like, not only Diana Rossini's young kids, but, like, look at Mike Vrabel's kids. He has one that plays in the NFL or played in the NFL, and one that recently
got cut during camp,
but still played football at the next level. And then you have another kid that recently just, I think, graduated college or something, played baseball. Like, it's unfortunate, because they're both young adults now. They now have to deal with this, seeing their father and now their mom somewhat in the limelight of a story that they probably never, ever thought in a million years they would see. So
you're right.
It's very unfortunate from that end of it, because, I mean, it's sad. It is sad on so many levels.
Every perspective, everybody that calls in, you're correct. Yeah. Everybody that calls in, you're absolutely correct. Whether you hate him, you love him, you defend him, he needs to go to therapy, you can't stand him, they're all correct. Because they're all your opinions, and it all matters, right? And it matters. But I just think now I'm like, all right, what's next? What's happening? What's going to go out there next? And if this gets out that, the caller earlier is like, maybe the Titans knew about something that I don't know. I have no clue about that, but I keep hearing that. That they knew something over there was going on. So I don't know. I just think to not talk about this is a disservice to what we do on the radio.
Yeah. And, putting a hypothetical out there, Joe, what if the Titans would have beaten the Cincinnati Bengals in that AFC Championship game? That was 22. So it was the 21-22 season. What if they went on to win the Super Bowl that year? What do you think would have domino affected the career of Mike Vrabel? Would you think he would have got an extension with the Titans and stayed here a little bit longer?
Oh, that's a good what if for next week.
Because, if that were the case, then some of this may, have leaked over into still being with the Titans.
Wow. Our friend, our good friend, says the only person who should be, who you should feel sorry for in all this is Mike's wife.
Yeah.
And her husband. Thank you, Greg, for that. He is correct. That's who you should feel sorry for. All that. I mean, it's the lay of the land now. With TMZ, they're taking this personally. It feels like everybody's talking about it. And I don't know. Everybody's got an opinion about it. We'll get back to that. All right.
Sure.
Coming up next, the Minnesota Vikings are trying to steal something of the Tennessee Titans.
We just got started.
The Minnesota Vikings and your dirty paws are trying to steal something from the Tennessee Titans. We'll tell you what you're trying to do, and we're calling you out. That's next. This is the Chase and Big Joe show right here on 102.5 The Game, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back into the second hour of the Chase and Big Joe Show, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel, live at Bar Lines in downtown Nashville. Beautiful day. Nice crowd inside Bar Lines enjoying the day, so a lot of fun going on. If you don't have plans for Mother's Day, how about checking out Kitchen Notes here at the Omni Nashville Hotel? Just go to opentable.com, make your reservations, and make your mother feel like a queen on Sunday. Kitchen Notes, the menu is fantastic. Come down here and hang out and see and have a good time and treat your mom as she deserves to be treated. On Mother's Day, just go to opentable.com. All right, Dr. Crane, here's a sign when you're doing something well is when other people want your people, right?
Yeah,
so we got
poach.
So what do we have?
Well, Tom Pelissero 2 hours ago mentioned the Vikings have requested an interview with Titans assistant general manager Dave Ziegler for their GM job, per sources. Ziegler was a former Raiders GM, has 16 years of NFL experience, was a part of the 3 Super Bowl winning teams with the Patriots.
Not bad. And now he's assistant GM here for the Titans.
Indeed. And
they brought him out last week or 2 weeks ago. Was it last week?
I think it was last week, talking about the draft picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, throughout rookie minicamp. Yeah. I get Chad Brinkers now out of the equation.
Yes,
if you're the Tennessee Titans, I don't know if you can allow this because you're just not trying to restructure your hierarchy of like you have your scouting department, player development, football ops, whatever. Then you have assistant GM, then you got, whatever is up there else, which is Amy, right? Why would you want to mess up that feng shui right now?
I don't think you could. I think you could stop lateral moves. I don't think you could stop ladder move, like up the ladder.
Yeah.
So Ziegler wants to be the GM with the Vikings. I would hope he'd want to be the GM for the Vikings.
Well, it's too premature for me because you bring him in after coming from the Raiders.
How long has he been here now?
Like I think this is his second season. I think.
Okay, all right.
Because he came in because they also got what's his name, McKenzie, the other GM. Forgetting
Raleigh McKenzie or Reggie, one of the two.
Yeah. Anyways, they had multiple former GMs coming into this front office for the Titans. This is one of them. Why would you want to get rid of such a, I guess, experienced front office and start dwindling and taking that away from yourself when you could keep that and just see what they can do for another season? That, to me, I get it. Opportunities, like you said, jumping up the ladder. I get all that. But when you have the opportunity to do something special in Tennessee, of all places, why would you want to get rid of that? Like, that's my issue.
Well, it's not up to them. I mean, he's going to be, if he wants the job as a GM.
I'm talking about from Ziegler's perspective, though. Why would you want to change that? Like, I get it's a GM position. They don't come around often. I mean, I get all that, but come on, man. You're working something well right now in Tennessee. Keep it there.
God, I'm reading Raiders fans hated him.
Yeah. He drafted a couple of D linemen for him.
Good Lord. Yeah, I mean, he's with John Robinson of the Patriots for a while, but if Vikings want him, then take him. I mean, but man, when a GM gets fired halfway through the season, like John Robinson did, there's something going on there, man. So the Raiders fired him Halloween 2023.
Yeah, it was a bad drafting for Dave Ziegler and the Vegas Raiders.
Oh, his former college roommate's Josh McDaniels. No wonder he got the head coaching job for the
Raiders.
When he was out there. Yep. So there you go. Yeah. It's
buddy,
all
buddy
you know,
system.
man.
The buddy system.
So if you want to go. If you don't want to be here, fine, you be part of it. I'll keep you. But
look, if I'm Dave Ziegler and you have the track record of things not looking great on one side, stay with Borgonzi. I feel like Borgonzi seems like he knows what he's doing when it comes to drafting and it goes to player development.
Right.
Keep your name tight to that guy. He comes from a winning culture in Kansas City. Why would you want to go away from that? That's my biggest issue.
Well, he came from winning culture in Patriots.
Yeah, but that's all on Tom Brady. Let's be honest, Joe.
It doesn't matter. Is Joe Montana? You blame Joe Montana being a quarterback? We had Jerry Rice. Not Joe Montana's fault.
No,
that's always my default for people.
But when I talk about Tom Brady, he elevated players around him.
That's fine,
which is great. But I can't say that Dave Ziegler was the sole reason why the Patriots had so much success with Tom Brady.
All right.
And people say the same thing about Bill Belichick. Is it Bill Belichick that elevated the team, or is it Tom Brady?
That's a good question, Tom Brady. For all that. So, Dave, if you want to go, man, you can go and do your thing. That's all fine with all that.
Yeah.
Our question of the day is, what's the first job you ever had where you actually had a boss? They took out taxes, 615-737-1025. And the other story of the day is we're weighing in on the Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini story with the pictures that came out when they were at Center Hill Lake back in 21.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a bad look. What makes it worse, she was pregnant.
Yeah. With her first child.
So, oh man,
It is amazing.
How does Rossini's husband look at this? I mean, you're on a boat with my child, right? And the text line was weighing in on it too as well.
Yeah, they're just blowing up. What do you want to get to first here? Question today or more the
Vrabel? Right
I got
now.
you. Yeah, let me just look through a lot of this real quick. There's a lot of text to get through. Sorry about this, Joe. Let's see here. Let's see. I can't read that one. Oh boy. Let's see. Snow cones. Joe,
Okay.
There's a lot of them. Sorry, I'm trying to skip through a lot of these.
It's okay. Do that.
Oh, man. Let's see.
You doing okay today?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Let's see. Here we go.
Good radio.
Somebody said 9712. I'm calling it now. I don't think that. Can't say that. No, it basically says Amy was the one that hired a private investigator. That's not right. No, that's already been proven not true. Robert here says, don't forget a few.
Wait, hold on. Go back. Amy hired a PI?
Private investigator. That's what we're
I
talking
know
about.
what a PI is.
Yeah. No.
Good Lord. Why did she hire a PI? Does it say why?
No,
texture?
But the whole allegedly they thought that Rossini's husband, when they were at the Sedona place out there before the owners meeting, somebody took the pictures. They were regular vacationers. That was confirmed.
Okay.
It wasn't a private investigator. So I think they're trying to play a joke on that.
All right.
Let's see here. Looking at some other ones. Robert says, don't forget back a few years ago when we had, when some stuff got leaked here with the Titans, was interested in C.J. Stroud and the Texans.
Yeah,
got what they wanted to.
Explain that to me again.
The Texans getting that stuff leaked to them?
Because rumor got out that the Titans wanted C.J. Stroud, right?
Right.
And then the Texans traded up for him or used the pick to get him? Or?
I believe it was Will Anderson first, right? And then they traded up to get C.J. Stroud. Is that accurate?
Because they were tipped off that the Titans
wanted them. Exactly.
And now they're blaming that they think that Vrabel told her and then she told somebody else.
See, I don't know this. I don't know this.
That's what I was.
I didn't know that. Okay, that's good to know. I'll keep that in the back pocket. Let's see here. Okay. It says if the Titans, this is Bob. Bob says if the Titans did not know, what does that say about them?
Yeah.
What does it say about them, Joe?
I don't know. They probably had no idea. I mean, a private life is a private life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure somebody said something inside the building. You would think they'd be like, hey, Vrabel and Rossini were at this bar. I mean, something together. You're like, wait, what? What's going on? So who knows?
Let's see here. Matthew in Nashville says it wasn't Amy's husband. We understand that. I said it was Rossini's husband. Well, that was allegedly. Those have now been confirmed. It was not. It was just a bunch of vacationers.
Well, somebody asked me when this story is going to jump the shark, and I said it's not going to.
No.
It's not going to jump the shark because new things keep coming out every single day. Well, not every single day, but more often than not, new things keep coming out there.
Right.
So it's just –
it's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy. I'm trying to keep going through some of these. Sorry, Joe. There's just a lot of more question of the days than –
all right, read some.
Let's see. Richie in White House. Here we go. This is a report from the Daily Mail that Rossini is apparently ready to come out and talk about the situation with Vrabel. My question is where podcast, radio, or TV networks would be willing to come on and talk about it and see how much she actually would reveal. My thing is which outlet would she go? Would it be a podcast? Would it be an actual reputable TV source? It wouldn't be radio. Radio just
well, back in the day, it was Oprah.
Right.
We get an Oprah to reveal that.
It's not Regis and Kelly. Regis is no longer with us. It's
thanks.
Well, sorry,
Mark and Kelly.
Mark and Kelly.
That's the worst show on TV. Wow. That is the worst show on TV.
But Drew Barrymore. What would you?
She's terrible too.
Kelly Clarkson no longer has a show, right?
Is she gone?
I don't. I was told that it's no longer here.
She's okay.
What show would you put it on, or what show would you?
I bet she does something with like Hoda Kotb.
The View.
No. It'll be a single
one-on-one.
One-on-one. Yeah. Gail King.
What if it's 60 Minutes?
I mean, this is fire, and the fuel's not going out for this at all.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen this to this degree. Belichick was funny and you laughed about it, but there was not a wife involved. Right. And now, as Greg said earlier, I mean, you feel bad for her. Rossini's husband and Mike Vrabel's wife.
Yep.
The pictures of her in the airport in Salt Lake City were heartbreaking because it looked awful. But that's what TMZ and the New York Post. I mean, that's what they do. You're not going to stop them from being.
They dig the dirt. That's what they do.
That's what they do.
They
right.
dig the dirt and they shovel it on somebody else, and then they really expose you, which is just unfortunate.
I think to me the whole thing of Vrabel, and I was told this was a nothing burger with people at our station when Vrabel went to New England and said, "Not like this other places." I knew then. It's like, all right, you don't go home and say that when you're employed by somebody else.
In the break, I'll look something up. I know we're not there yet, but I'll look something up about that. What day was it? That was in November, wasn't it?
It was October 22nd, 2023.
23.
Because my birthday was the 25th. And I remember it's that Sunday.
Oh.
I vividly remember that day.
Oh,
That's when he went.
I want to know what possible timeline there was to that comparison to everything else.
Are you going to work for TMZ Sports?
No, absolutely not.
Please don't.
That would be awful.
Please don't.
I like my career.
All right, we'll come back. We're going to get back into your question today because I'm looking now. I mean, it's just blowing up here with the question of the day. Do we get tired of saying it's blowing up? Text line is blowing up.
It is massive. It's huge.
There's a lot of interaction.
Yeah.
A lot of text today.
Everybody always.
How about we stop saying blowing up?
Sure.
We'll make, because we're not saying this other name today.
What word would you like to say instead of blowing up?
It's gone crazy.
Berserk.
Berserk's good.
Berserk's good.
All right, we'll get back. Our question today is, what's the first real job you had where they actually took out taxes and you had a boss? And we got a ton of response. 615-737-1025. Please call in. We want to talk to you. We'd love to hear your voice right here. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show broadcasted live at Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel right here on 102.5 The Game.
way to make a living.
David James, we're like 4 to 5. All right, welcome back to Chasing Big Joe show. Are we on the air?
We
Holy
are.
cow.
We are.
Welcome back to the Omni Nashville Hotel. We're live at Bar Lines downtown. We 2 questions there, which is take over the text line. And I was looking at what's happening in the sports world, nothing much. Anyway, we've done a good job. Nick and I have done a thing where we're not going to mention somebody's name.
Right.
Right, and we've done a good job with that.
Yep.
And if you can guess which name we're not going to mention, Dr. Crane will give you a big old hug when he sees you at a soccer game.
Or I'll just take a picture with you. How about that?
How about that
Yeah.
works, right? If you guess
Picture
whose
lasts
name
a lot
we're
longer.
we're not mentioning today. All right, our question today is, in honor of graduation this weekend, we got some of our staff at 102.5 are graduating college this weekend. Well done. It was a big deal when you graduate college. So our question, what was the first real job you had? First real job where they took out taxes, you had a boss. I'm not talking about mowing the neighbor's yard or babysitting or walking the dog or watering the flowers for your grandma. That does not count. Your first real job, 615-737-1025. Text or call. We'd love to hear from you about your first real job. And our text line is going a little bit berserk.
Yes, berserk, out of line, however you look at it.
Yeah.
Right now, it's let's see, 4550. I don't know if this really qualifies as like a tax-paying type job,
all right.
but it's cool. Said his first job right out of college was being the Nashville Sounds bat boy in the 80s.
I guess that's a job. I mean, you got to get a check for that.
Yeah, but do you take is that enough to take taxes out?
Hell yeah, it is.
Okay.
They're not paying you under the table.
I thought that was more volunteer job type thing.
Then you need to get with the texter.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Next one here. Oh, the guy that texted back that said he was a car hop for Sonic, made 50 cents an hour, responded, said it was he's a male and was roller skates. So not the inlines, but the roller skates, the 2 and the 2.
Okay.
2 in front, 2 in the back.
Yeah, I figured that would be it, right?
Yep. Let's see here. My first job at 2341 says my first job that took out taxes was 1990 bagging groceries at Kroger in Columbia, Tennessee for $3.90 an hour. $3.90 an hour.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Then. It's not bad back then, right?
Yep. Let's see here. 0877. No, that's not one. There we go. Matthew in Nashville says, nope, that's not one either. That's about college basketball. I don't know how that showed up.
It's okay.
Let's see here. Where'd all of them go? I just refreshed it. Okay, here we did that one already. The guy that responded back with the 14-year-old as a lifeguard.
Yeah.
Responded back saying Krast, Krast.
What do you look at me for? I don't know.
I don't know.
Krast.
I have no clue.
He just wrote back Krast.
That's it. Yeah, one word.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Is that an acronym?
Maybe that was the expedited process for him to be a lifeguard because he was 14. I thought you said you had to be 15 or 16.
I don't know. Krast could mean keep your wife's name out of your mouth.
Chill out, Will Smith. I was just looking at you because I thought, you may know something I don't know. I look at you as a beacon of knowledge.
Don't.
Right now. Okay.
What would you do if I came to save you if you're drowning? Like, who is this whale? Like, I need to push him back in the water.
Could you only imagine? I could see it right now at the Pet Rock Sanctuary. Joe Dubin coming in to save somebody in the water.
That's right. All right, what else we got?
Let's see. JD in Nashville. My first job, I was 15 and worked at Dairy Queen. The job itself was terrible, but I worked with a bunch of cheerleaders. I loved every minute of it.
That would be the best job. That, and of course, did you ever go to get a Blizzard from Dairy Queen?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what they do at the end of it? Remember what they used to do before they hand it to you?
Was it they dropped the chocolate sauce on the inside?
No. They would turn it over.
Oh yeah, the concrete to make sure it doesn't. Yeah.
So one time it did do that in my car, in my 310 GX. It dropped down, and I looked at him. He looked at me, and I was like, "Do I get a new one?" He's like, "Well, it'll be $275." I'm like,
no.
"You dropped it in my car." It was the middle of summer, right? And I'm thinking, like, I really needed a Blizzard in the middle of June, right?
You're a football player, though.
Getting ready. I mean, this was back in high school, right?
Yeah.
So every time Blizzard comes, I always look at the guy, turn it over, and it dropped down.
There's a place in St. Louis called Ted Drew's. They're synonymous for their concrete ice creams. turn it over and it not move at all.
I would like to have one right now.
Me too.
Just don't drop it in my car.
Does the Omni have dessert?
Yeah, they might. Read a few more.
Yeah, here we go here. Oh, Viking Matt, he's back. All right.
Okay, good.
Don't know where he went, but all right. He said, my first job was a sandwich artist.
Subway.
Oh, interesting. All right. Enjoyed the free sandwiches, but the job was not so much. So.
Oh, I couldn't imagine that. When somebody comes by and goes, do you keep olives and then the peppers and then are those fresh? I don't want those. And then I can't be around that much food.
My issue is that, like, I look at Subway. Would you want to work at a place where people's demanding certain things? I mean, I get it. They're the ones paying for it. Right. But, like, saying, oh, can you toast that a little bit more? Can you do this? Can you? I mean, you got, like, 5 of the orders behind you.
Well, if I'm paying for it, I want my food how I want it.
Sure. But that's where the tip comes into play. They don't leave you a tip. What's the deal here? Like, would you tip that? Would you tip somebody?
I would never tip a Subway worker. As my friend says, I'm not tipping you if I'm ordering standing up. That's a whole nother show.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that struck a chord with me.
All right, we'll hold off on some of those. Yeah. Our boy Chase, our boss, just texted us that there is news on the NFL schedule release.
Uh-oh.
And you might be interested in this because I've said the Titans deserve to start at home in 26. They've been on the road the last couple of years.
Oh.
So we got news on the NFL schedule release. You'll like this. We'll come back with more. Live at the Omni Nashville Hotel downtown here at Bar Lines on the Chase and Big Joe Show. 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back here to the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel, downtown Nashville, live at Bar Lines. Looking for something to do on Mother's Day? Take Mom down here to Kitchen Notes. She will absolutely love it. Bring her down here. Treat her like a queen, as she deserves to be treated. Go to Kitchen Notes. You can reserve a table at opentable.com. You can thank us later, but we want Mom to be feel how she should be feeling on Mother's Day. Number one.
Like a true queen.
Number one lady in all of our lives. God, my mom's been gone 15 years, man. It's hard to believe. Time does not care about you.
Yep.
Right? So we learn to embrace. I've learned to embrace every second of today. Not tomorrow, not Saturday, not Sunday, but I truly thank Jesus for every single second of the day I'm in.
Absolutely. Always got to be present.
Right? You know, you have to. All right, so we got news. Thank you, Chase, for always thinking about us. Send us a text about a tweet that came out. CNBC, for some reason, has this.
Oh, wow.
About the schedule release next Wednesday or Thursday that's coming out. Now, the deal is they got to get all the platform partners together, and they'll start releasing those maybe Monday or Tuesday. Like the Amazon Game 5 is the Chargers versus the Rays. So all that's it. But the official schedule release should be out no later than Thursday. And we've said on the show before that I think the Titans deserve, right? I think they deserve a home game in 26. 23, they started at Chicago, right? That was the disaster of
Will Levis.
24 was New Orleans?
That was a preseason game, I thought.
No.
Hang on.
No, 24 was Chicago. 23 was New Orleans.
There you go.
24 was Chicago.
Yep.
25 was Denver. Now, 22 was here when the Giants beat them. 21 was here when the Cardinals came. Remember, Taylor Lewan gave up 37 sacks that day and said, I'm sorry.
Let's see. 21 was at Houston.
The opening game?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I read that wrong.
Arizona.
Yeah, you're right. I was at that game.
What the hell are you reading?
I went to the bottom of the page by accident. I got excited. I was trying to refresh the page. No, you're right. It was Arizona.
So 21 was Arizona. 22 were the Giants here. That's when Dable beat them with that field goal, a crazy game.
That was a second half comeback.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So 23 was in New Orleans. 24 was in Chicago. That's the Levis flip six.
Yep.
And 25 last year was at Denver. The Titans deserve a home game. And I said I want the home game to be against the Jaguars. Not the maybe the Texans. That'd be start here.
What would you like more, Texans or Jaguars?
Texans.
Over the Jaguars?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's the rival.
But you were so adamant on Liam Cohen,
I don't know why.
Robert Saleh. You loved that storyline. Why is it now changing all of a sudden?
Why did I not? It should be the Texans. I'll take either one. Give me the Texans or the Jags. What do you say?
I'm leaning on the Jags because minus John McClain's emphasis on this with Nick Caserio, like looking at it from a different eye, CJ Stroud has not been what he's been. Like, let's be honest.
Okay.
He hit the sophomore slump and then has not looked great since.
I'm with you now. All right, I'm Texans.
Like, don't get me wrong. Their defense is going to look great. That we all know that. But the Jaguars, you don't know what you're going to get from them.
True. Okay. All right. I've changed my tone. What say you, folks? What game, what team of the 8 that's been announced, or is it 9 home games? I don't know, 8 or 9 home games. I don't know.
Is it not?
They play 17 games.
Well, yeah, but
8 or 9. It's either 8 or 9. You're guaranteed 8. You might get the extra home game.
That'd be nice.
I don't. 615-737-1025. You want to weigh in? What game or team do you want to see opening game here if the Titans play at home? I'm with you, the Texans. Unless Nick Caserio comes up here and changes water into wine.
It's
he
possible.
can do that.
He could walk on water.
Somebody thinks he could do that. He does no wrong. So we'll see what he says.
Oh, man.
Nick Caserio's the GM of the Houston Texans, and, I mean, he's the best, right?
I don't know. Him and Borgonzi might be going up for GM of the year.
So I don't
What
know.
if that actually does happen?
Then it's a good season.
Yeah.
It's a damn good season. Do they give out GM of the year?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Well, you know what? We should start doing that poll.
I don't want to do that.
That'd be fun.
That GM for the Seahawks should get it.
Oh, yeah.
John Schneider,
John
not
Schneider.
the Dukes of Hazzard, John Schneider.
No.
But this guy's won 2 Super Bowls within 10 years, 2 complete rosters.
Back to the Titans real quick. Minus the first game of the season, what other games would you like to see here in Nashville?
It's already situated.
Well, I know they have all the AFC games.
The whole schedule is you know who's coming here already.
Oh. That's right. That
was out
Sorry.
That was out 1st of January.
God bless.
Sorry, you're okay, man.
That's just.
You had a late night. You had to stay up because your parents were the David Lee Roth last night.
Oh, I was asleep, Joe. I'm telling you what. I'm an early sleeper.
What time were you in bed last night?
8. Is that bad?
How old are you?
27. Is that bad?
No, it's not bad.
I'm about to say I wake up early.
Let me ask you this:
Okay.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I'd say I am.
That's not a good answer. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm
It's
elated.
okay to say that some days are good, some days it's okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Okay.
some days are good, some days are bad.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm elated. I'm elated to be here.
Good. But I thought you stayed up because, by the way, Nick's parents sit behind me at David Lee Roth last night. We had a good time.
They're great people. Love them to death.
As we watch a Modelo half can roll down the Ryman.
But that concert was pretty good then, is what you're
David
saying.
Lee Roth?
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay.
I mean, he sings terrible, obviously. That's fine. The storytelling was another. How he met the Van Halens growing up was just amazing. And the music. I mean, you start playing, Ain't Talking About Love or, Panama or Jump. You know the music of like, my God, I'm 15 years old again.
Yeah. Your favorite person in the world, Hero Metal Henry, says, I would love to see the Titans open up against McGavick, an easy win.
I hate to agree with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. And back to the question.
By the way, how's he texting on work release? Go ahead.
He said my boss was Jim Hamlin, who is now my brother-in-law's brother.
What?
I don't know. This goes to his question of the day. He sent like 7 different text messages. Can we just put it all in one text here?
Who's this from?
Here, Metal Henry.
Oh.
I mean, come on, man. He said, I was a busboy at a seafood wharf at Opryland, USA. I spent most of my time hiding in the back eating fish, chicken tenders, and apple pies.
Nice.
I think I made $2.31 an hour. My boss's name was Jim Hamlin, who is now my brother-in-law's brother.
Okay.
Now it all puts together.
Yeah.
He put like 7 different ones. Like, can we just?
I thought he could see his boss was Mr. McGee.
Hmm.
That's a Prince song, by the way.
Yeah. All right, let's see here.
By the way, nobody weighed in on the Opryland USA. Sorry, the name of the employee cafeteria. Somebody please make me feel good. If you remember the name of the employee cafeteria at Opryland USA, because hell, we all worked there. If you're in your 40s or 50s or your 60s, you worked at Opryland USA probably for the most part. What was the name of the employee cafeteria?
Another one, 9712. Says the Smith Brothers Car Wash in 1986 made $3.35 an hour in charge of door jams. Is that the Smith Brothers off Thompson Lane?
This might be the one in Madison. Remember, this is 1986.
Still, Thompson Lane had Smith Brothers in 1986.
You have to ask, buddy.
Over there by Krispy Kreme. It was across from that furniture warehouse that went out of out of service.
Out of business?
Out of business, excuse me.
Out of service.
I'm telling you, Joe, brain's all over the place.
Somebody, before the show's over, you have to text the text line, 615-737-1025, and tell me the name of the restaurant at Opryland USA, the employee cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to give away, or we want to wait a little bit? Top of the hour?
Yeah, we'll do top of the hour.
All right, we'll do that as well. So anyway, so there's the schedule release. Again, I think the Titans deserve. People are like, well, you don't deserve it. Yeah, hell yeah, they deserve a home game. I want to see a home game with this new roster and Saleh taking on the Texans. Beat the Texans. You're 1-0, and your bitter rivals 0-1, but more importantly, they're 0-1 within the division. That's what I want.
I agree. And plus, the Titans deserve a home game, new jerseys, new everything.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to – and also a final send-off of the stadium.
Yep.
Have a home game.
Have a home game. That'll be September the 13th. I think it's that Sunday.
Yeah.
Have it over there. And can you imagine the new jerseys look great? Now, we're all in agreement, me, you, and Chase, that these new jerseys are badass. I like the helmets. Come out there that Sunday feeling good. Cam throws for 350. Carnell Tate catches the touchdown. Pollard rushes for 2. I mean, and Simmons goes bonkers. C.J. Stroud's terrible.
Look at me smiling, Joe. You're making me happy.
I'm telling you, man, we've been through a lot. And then now we're been with all the Vrabel stuff. We need even more therapy and help with this. So to do all that.
I also have an answer for you about that place at Opryland, the staff
Don't tell me now.
I'm not. On the other side, I will.
God bless you.
I will. So get yourself ready, Joe.
All
I know
right,
you're going to go jump for joy. Somebody go get this guy a prize. It's going to be crazy when he finds out.
All right, we love it. Again, our question of the day is, what's the first ever real job you had with a real paycheck, with a boss? They took out taxes in honor of the graduation class this weekend. They're going to go out to the world and get their own job. Thank you all. Again, seriously, thank you all for the interactions and the text every day. You are simply fantastic. We're live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines right on 102.5 The Game. Brando, you're the best. Nick, would you ever wear a raspberry beret when you're making pizzas?
No,
Why not?
because I'm not Prince.
What if your boss was Mr. McGee? Probably would. Listen. Mr. McGee sounds like Mr. McCabe.
It does a little bit.
Because I was a bit too leisurely. All right, welcome back to the Chasing Big Joe Show. To our phones we go. Let's go Barry first. Barry, sorry about that. Welcome in to the Chasing Big Joe Show.
Big Joe, it's been a minute.
Oh, what's up, Barry? How are you, man?
I'm good. Everyone knows I worked at the gas station a couple years, junior and senior year, but my first job at 16 was Opryland. They gave me $500 worth of quarters and told me to make change. And one hot Saturday, I almost got rid of the
McKinnon and Brock Nelson and Nazem Kadri and Nick Watt.
So it's not a favorable matchup from a personnel perspective for the Minnesota Wild. And then you add in the fact that neither of their goaltenders have really given them the kind of effort they need in order to beat the Avalanche. And, Colorado's looking pretty good right now.
Absolutely. Let's go to the grand scheme of the NHL. On Front Office Sports, they put out about an hour ago saying the NHL salary cap has increased to a record $104 million per team. That's an $8.5 million increase to the cap set for the 26-27 season. That will also put an individual player maximum of $20.8 million. What are your thoughts on that initially, and how does that benefit not only the NHL as a whole, but for a team locally here in the Nashville market, the Predators?
Well, it scares the crap out of me as a hockey fan because whenever player salaries get too high, we stop playing hockey as the owners recalibrate and try to claw back a little bit. So I think we have a new CBA. We've got labor peace. That won't be for a little bit down the road. But from an immediacy standpoint, it's going to continue to have this effect on hockey where there isn't a lot of player movement necessarily. If teams have the money to re-sign their own guys and guys want to stay where their stuff is, most times they're going to figure out a way to make that happen. So that impacts unrestricted free agency. Once again, the pool looks very shallow this summer. That impacts there not being any pressure points for teams to make trades either at the deadline or in the off season. It's becoming really hard for teams to try to improve themselves outside of maybe the draft because the increase in the salary cap means that teams can retain their own players, more efficiently than they've been in the past.
Interesting. Greg Wyshynski's with us from ESPN.com, NHL writer. Greg, we're still waiting for bated breath on the Nashville Predators and this general manager search. But beyond that, and I know this is kind of a loaded question, how important, not only do they just get the right guy, but the perfect guy for this role? Because I think this hockey team is in a transition phase of going one way or the other. I think a GM could help them go the right way. So how important is it they take their time and get it right?
Oh, it's vitally important. I will say I made some calls on this earlier this week, and the perception inside the NHL echo chamber is still that it'll be Tom Fitzgerald that gets the job. I mean, I don't know if that's going to end up being how it plays out, but that's at least the perception from a lot of people within the NHL. But again, we're talking about one of the greatest echo chambers in sports where everybody, something goes out into the world and everybody just repeats it ad nauseum until it's been proven otherwise. But you're right. I mean, they've got to find somebody who's able to thread the needle, someone who's able to take care of the veterans that are on the roster and maybe build a competitive team around the players that are still here on long-term contracts, but also really present a strong plan for the future. And, I'm intrigued to see who they hire because we're going to get a real sense of where ownership wants to take this team in the next 3 to 5 years. Because I think that's a bit of a mystery too, as far as, do they want to rebuild? Do they want to, retool on the fly? And also, what does that ultimately mean for Roman Josi? What does that ultimately mean for UC Saros? We're seeing a lot of player empowerment in the NHL these days where guys like Austin Matthews are taking a pause and saying, I don't know if I still want to be here in Toronto unless I know it's going to be a team that can challenge for the Stanley Cup. You wonder how many other veteran players are looking at situations like that and wondering if they should do the same.
Is that more now? Because I think I see that, Greg, in every sport now where it's like, all right, who's going to be leading this? Do I want to be part of who the new regime is, part of this? I don't think we had that like in the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s. And I don't blame an Austin Matthews or a player who says, all right, who's going to get me to the next level? Am I on board with that? I got no problem with those guys asking those questions.
Yeah, I think it's twofold. I think it is an overall trend in sports and maybe in life to value the control that you have over your future as much as you can have it. In the NHL, it's definitely more of a new development. But I think, two things have happened. One, everybody watched Matthew Tkachuk a few years ago go to the Calgary Flames and say, hey, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to resign here. So you guys can improve yourselves now and send me to where I want to go, or I'll just leave. And they made that trade with the Florida Panthers. I think, we're starting to see more player empowerment with Connor McDavid taking a 2-year contract in Edmonton and with other guys kind of, taking pause and trying to figure out if they do want to be part of a long-term solution in the cities that they're in. That is a new development in hockey because, as you know, these guys don't really put themselves out on Maine a lot. It's the logo on the front, not the name on the back. So for them to kind of take power within their own hands and be like, hey, I'm going to be a free agent in 2 years, maybe trade me to a place that I want to play now instead of lose me for nothing, is certainly a newer development, and it may track back to the decision that Tkachuk made.
Interesting point on that. All right, one final from me. There are 8 teams left in the Stanley Cup playoffs. What would be just the coolest, in your mind, the coolest Stanley Cup final? To me, Buffalo versus Anaheim would be so cool. I know it'll probably be Colorado and Carolina and all that. But I just think for the NHL to have the Sabres there and then the Ducks there, 2 teams that, not everybody talks about. I just think it'd be really cool to have those 2 teams in the final.
I've thought a lot about this recently, and keep in mind I work for a rights holder that actually is airing the Stanley Cup final. This is just my opinion. From a ratings perspective, probably Colorado Buffalo, because I think Buffalo is going to bring a massive audience. From a quality of play perspective, Colorado Carolina, the 2 best teams in the league face off against each other, a dynamic offense versus the best defense. From a personal standpoint, Buffalo, Vegas. You'd get Jack Eichel and the Vegas Golden Knights against the team that he left because they wouldn't let him have surgery, the Buffalo Sabres. That would be a hell of a storyline. So those are my 3 on the table. I don't want to see Montreal play for the Cup. I love the fact Canada hasn't won this damn thing since 1993.
That's great. Yeah, Greg Wyshynski is on the line with us here. Greg, kind of getting back to the Preds here real quick. Ryan Ufko, defenseman for the Preds, along with first-rounder Riker Lee, both were named to the U.S. Hockey preliminary men's world roster. What does that say, not only for the Preds right now, but just that youth wave that's kind of coming through Nashville?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it shows that they've got, young players that are on the Team USA radar. They're valued within that pipeline that have probably experience playing in the development program. And going to Worlds is a really cool thing for a young player. I think you get a sense of what needs to be done in a short track tournament to excel. There is a little added pressure because the U.S. won that tournament for the first time in 93 years last year. And we mentioned Matthew Tkachuk earlier. I just published a story on ESPN.com about this. He is probably the most veteran player on that roster, and he is going for something that no American player has ever done, which is to enter the triple gold club. Players that have won gold at the World Championships, gold at the Olympics, and a Stanley Cup. There have only been 30 players in hockey history to do it, and nobody from the United States has ever done it. So Tkachuk's going to try to make that happen for himself in Switzerland with Team USA.
That would be very impressive for sure. But when it comes to the NHL draft lottery, Nashville players had, I think, a 3.5% chance of getting the first overall pick. Your thoughts on Toronto winning that lottery, along with what that may hold for the Nashville Predators going forward?
Well, I was in the room when they did the drawing. I've been blessed to be a part of this broadcast a couple times. And much to my chagrin, they don't fix it. There are no frozen balls or magnets or anything. It's actually on the up and up. And, listen, there's some very sad people in Vancouver that not only lost out on the first overall pick, but then watched the Leafs get it. Gavin McKenna's the big name. He's a player for Penn State University. I think there's probably around a 90% chance the Leafs take him first overall, and he joins a really talented forward group there. But it's a pretty good draft up top, at least in the top 10. And I think there's gonna be some added intrigue this season because, like I mentioned earlier, if you can't make trades for people and you can't sign free agents, what are the chips that you have to play in this league? And one of them is your draft pick. So I think there's a chance that we might see some high draft picks move as teams try to improve themselves in the short term. In particular, I'm looking at that second overall pick with the San Jose Sharks. You certainly want to put some veteran talent around Macklin Celebrini and wonder whether or not they'll maybe trade down a little bit to get a player like that.
Yeah, my last question for you, kind of piggybacking off that, when it comes to the Nashville Predators having the 10th overall spot in the NHL draft in that first round, I guess from my vantage point, where do you see them going from here? Do you see them trading back and getting, a proven talent already, or just creating more draft capital in return?
Yeah, I think they got to make the pick. I think the key for this team is still what's going to happen down the line, and the more high-end elite talents you can get, the better. And again, that the way you win in this league is to draft well. Not only have the good fortune of making good selections when you have high picks, but also doing what you can with the picks that you have down in the draft. And on top of that, the real key to this league is developing those players, and that's really where you get into who's going to be the new GM. What apparatus are they going to build out within the front office? Because that's the real key. Is once you get these guys in your system, how are you developing them? How many guys go from the draft through your minor leagues onto the parent club? That's really the key to trying to position yourself to be a championship team in this league.
Absolutely. Greg Wyshynski with ESPN, NHL senior writer. Greg, we appreciate the time, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Greg Wyshynski, man.
Always good, man.
Fantastic.
I learned most of my hockey stuff on that segment. I just shut my mouth and listen.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of clears the air a little bit. The Preds need to go stick and pick at 10. Because he's right. It is all about development. The Preds have a really good farm system. They do a good job with all that. So we'll see how that all plays out. But you never know. There might be something up their sleeve.
Look at you, hockey expert.
You okay down there?
I've got my boot is wrapped around the cord, and so if I stand up, I'm going to rip the entire table off. So that's what happens there then. Good times.
I'm holding back for a joke.
Don't do it, buddy.
Don't do it.
Dr. Crane. Yeah. Where'd you grow up, pal?
Here. This is my backyard.
No way, man.
Yeah.
Did you go to Ryan?
I did.
Did you graduate with Jim Wyatt?
Not with him, but with a relative of his, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You ready? Take it to break, pal.
We will. Yeah, we have more on the other side of the Chase Big Joe show. Get back into our question of the day, and that is, Joe.
What's the first real job you had where you had to pay taxes and you had a boss? Not mowing the neighbor's yard, not walking the dog. Your first real job where you had to pay taxes, you had a boss, and your name wasn't Thomas, and you doctored your birth certificate to get a job at Beefy's. We want to hear from you at 615-737-1025. Back with more after that.
Thanks, McKenna. Appreciate it.
All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. So we're laughing because I just on Instagram, and Chad Withrow makes me laugh. He has, what if Dinah Rossini and Mike Vrabel started a podcast?
Oh, my goodness.
And they won't, and it'd be embarrassment to the family, all that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what would you name the podcast if Dinah Rossini and Mike Vrabel started a podcast? Because we'd all listen.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be just, I would, again, I feel bad for the families, but what would you name the podcast? And I thought the name of the podcast, oh my gosh, should be Third and Long.
Oh, boy. I don't even know. Oh,
isn't that terrible?
Man.
I blame you, Vrabel, for doing that.
Anchors up.
Look, no. Right.
I should have never have opened my mouth.
You did, right? You said
difficult affairs, stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah. The story's not going away.
No.
Right. And I get it. We all feel awful for their family. They put that situation there. So, but the story's not going away.
No.
We said earlier, TMZ Sports is obsessed with this. Is it because they got beat on the story early on?
Probably. I mean, they don't get much, interaction. So I don't know. Probably.
Well, now there's a video out. Yeah. There's not pictures. There's a video of Vrabel walking the dock to meet Dinah Rossini, and before he gets there, the video stops.
Mm-hmm.
I got a theory now on how this has all been years hidden in a vault.
It's plotted.
Why is it now coming out? And I think I know why, but I don't want to share it because I'm a sissy.
It's a good thing you don't share it, I think. I don't know.
But you showed me the video that TMZ has of Vrabel, and she's very pregnant.
Yes.
Right? I mean, she's very pregnant on this dock when he walks out there.
Balloon sized.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, we both watched the video and we're like, didn't say a word.
It's just like you go,
right?
That's what I did when I watched. That was my reaction.
But we don't get to see the embrace because it cuts off.
And it white flashes.
Half second before they embrace. Now, hug, hey friend, how are you?
To be fair, that is a video editor's specialty right there for part 2. I think there probably is more to that.
But my question to you, Nick.
Yes.
Why was this hidden? Who had this?
Again, I have thoughts that are probably not, God, the right thing to say.
I don't want to say who I think.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Hired this PI.
Yeah,
these are not
allegedly.
Just
I don't know.
These are not just Big Joe in a canoe at Center Hill. Oh, there's Mike Vrabel, and I'm whoever shot this was ready for all this.
These are calculated. This is all calculated. It's getting deep. We're not talking about the water. That is some deep stuff.
Yeah, I've watched it again, and I'm thinking, all right, they were ready for him to walk on that dock. They were ready for him. Do we have a call?
No, we have a text message from our very own David Janes of a podcast name. I'll read it for you, or I'll let you look at it. He sent it directly to me.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Yeah. David.
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Oh, we got a call.
Oh, okay.
All right, welcome in, Jack. Jack, welcome in to the Chase and Big Joe Show. What's happening, brother?
I got the name for the podcast.
Let's hear it.
Brave and Babe.
Why are we laughing at that?
Thanks,
you know, it's a terrible thing.
It is.
I feel for her husband, his wife. Not to mention, he's torpedoed a comeback season for the ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But
he has.
He's gone to prove. But he's gone to prove two things that every man should learn, and usually learns the hard way. First, they're always going to find out. And second, when you think from the waist down instead of the waist up, bad stuff happens.
You are 100% correct there, buddy. Thank you for the call, man. Let's go with one more here. Let's bring in Chad in Nashville. Chad, what's happening? Welcome into the show.
Hey, good to be on. That podcast could be called a lot of things, personal foul, offsides. Heck, you could just call it edge. But I wanted to, this is a continuation of, the word germ. Now it's been replaced by fanboy and fangirl, but germ is a Nashville term. And
Yes.
It started with Loretta Lynn in the mid to late 60s. They were playing a concert out at a festival, and they got there early, and there was no protection around their old bus. In other words, nowadays you pull in, you've got a fence, you've got it roped off. Well, this particular day, the fans were right there. So the old tour buses used to have a whiteboard, and the tour manager would write the schedule. Nowadays everything's online, right? So they would write the schedule, and the tour manager went out there and said, beware germs outside, like there's no protection. And he wrote it correctly. He wrote GERMS, just the way you would say germs. And Loretta got up and she looked at that and she said, what is germs? And that's where, and she just said, he spelled it correctly, but she said, what is germs? And that's where that term was initiated. And we just, because she pronounced it germs, we spell it GHERMS, germs. And, as you travel on the road, I always said, I don't mind a germ. Just bring me a germ with product, right? If you're going to come and germ and try to get something, off my artist, what are you going to bring me?
Right.
And, when you're in Louisiana, it started as bringing some food, and then it progressed. You try to get germed by product with somebody who's got some juice, maybe a football player can get you some tickets. But that's where that word comes from. It's Loretta Lynn. What is a germ?
Chad, that might be the best thing anybody's ever brought up on our show, man. Thank you, buddy.
I think it's the greatest country music story of all time, because people know the word germ, but they don't know where it comes from. And if they're rookies, they'll just take it and germed. But if you're like me, bro, bring me germ with product.
That's great. Thank you, man. Safe travels this weekend, wherever you're headed to, man.
Thank you, brother. Headed to Mississippi.
Oh, get it done. All right. See our Chad Withrow, man, let us down the thing.
Yeah.
That's what I get for scrolling on Instagram during the break.
Well,
that's a great idea, right? Podcast. What was yours again?
Difficult Affairs.
Mine's Third and Long.
Yeah.
Let's go to the break.
Anchors Up.
Take us to the break, will you?
Yeah, we'll get back into our question of the day. We kind of deviated from that here, but we'll get into more of that right here on Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Oh, my God.
What did he say?
I'm your daddy with Mike Grable and Diner Receipt. Big Joe here. Listen, we do a lot of the show, a lot of talk about men's mental health. And look, we try to get you to go to therapy. Going to therapy, you open up about a lot of things. You get it off your chest. You feel so good about that. But the question we get a lot is like, I don't even know where to go to begin therapy. Got you covered. We have partnered with UnityCares.com. UnityCares.com. Their sole purpose is to get you back living the life that you absolutely deserve. And listen, you don't have to go through any of this alone. Just go to the website, UnityCares.com. It is laid out perfectly for you, where you start, how you go about going to therapy, and what you need to do. I went to therapy. It changed my life, right? It got me closer to God. I found gratitude. And it will do the same for you. We tell you every day how powerful, wonderful you are, the great job you are doing, and we need you here because the world is a better place because you are here. It all begins by going to therapy, unitycares.com. So the greatest messages I get every day are those men who go to therapy, who get back to living the life they deserve. And it all begins with our wonderful partners at unitycares.com. Please check them out today. Please, if you're struggling, you don't have to struggle. You don't have to go through this alone. You are absolutely wonderful. You're doing a heck of a job. And I get that we have bad days, but unitycares.com is there for us, the good days and the bad days. Please go to therapy. That's how much we care and love about you guys. Again, the website, unitycares.com. It's unitycares.com. Dr. Crane, I'll give you $5 to tell me who this is. He lives in Hawaii. Former cab driver. Shares a last name with a cigarette brand.
Marlboro Light?
Do you know a guy named Marlboro Light?
No. Sounds like Lionel Richie.
It's a good guess. George Benson.
George Benson, okay.
He is one of the most underrated guitar players of all time. He's awesome. Welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show. Listen, we love you guys. We love our audience. You guys are so wonderful. All the phone calls, all the interaction every day. I mean, it's amazing. We can't read a single podcast name that you guys have texted in, and there are a ton of them.
They're great, but I can't read them.
We can't read a single one of them because we really like this job, and we really don't want to talk to Chase this afternoon, okay? No offense, Chase. We love you, but being our boss in this case, we don't want to talk to you. But some of these podcast names, you guys missed your calling on being creative writers somewhere.
Yeah.
We literally can't read any of these podcast names.
No, but they're great.
They are, okay. Again, I mean, the story is with Vrabel and Rossini, and we'll clarify it every time. I mean, there are people that are hurting, and I get that, right? But you still report on the story.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like to or not, you still report on it because it's a local story. It's now 100% a local story after the video that came out with them at the lake. At Center Hill Lake, right? They besmirched Center Hill Lake, which is a beautiful lake in Putnam County. It's our lake.
That's where you go tubing.
right? And so now it's all over the world because of a little meetup in Center Hill Lake. That's all. I mean, there's video now of Mike Vrabel walking the dock to hug her, we think. The video cuts out the last second.
Allegedly.
But it's like the video, if you haven't seen the video, it's like when Andy Dufresne is scrubbing the boat and Red walks up in Shawshank. That's the level of excitement that those two have on the dock when they see each other. Dufresne is scrubbing and making the boat nice, and here comes Red.
Oh.
Red is Vrabel, and Diana's on top of the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going away. Whether you guys want it to or not, it's not going away. It will be talked about. There's more stuff coming out because I think there's more stuff in the vault because somebody hired a PI, not the family, to follow them around.
Seems like it.
There's too many videos and pictures. Somebody said last week that this is all like the Joker, like he releases a picture every hour before the NFL draft, right? You're leading up to that.
Yeah.
This is what this seems like. Like every other hour, every day, there's something new that comes out about this.
You know, I don't want to, egg on the situation, but you make an interesting point about that. Not the PI thing, but the storyline of it all. There was stuff that was released, a week before the draft? Stuff that was released, I think, the day or day before the draft.
Right.
Now imagine when the schedule comes out, like the actual full schedule.
It's the Joker,
there might be
right?
something that comes out then, and then what if something else comes out the first week of the NFL season?
Right.
Then that could be the icing on the cake where you
Who
say,
knows?
like, I can't come back from this.
I mean, they said on a pictures of them in a New York bar in March of 2020.
Yeah.
For 6 years, somebody had this picture. Now, why would somebody have this picture?
They got dirt on somebody is what it is.
So who hired this person? And I think I know.
Maybe. Here's it seems like
it's not
going to say that.
And it's not their spouses.
Nope.
It's my own theory because there's too much that's being revealed and coming out right now.
And it kind of adds up a little bit.
I mean, like I said, I was listening to DVD yesterday when the story came out, and I was like, oh, what? And then my phone within 5 minutes, half dozen friends. I mean, this is the story. What do you think Goodell's reaction is for this?
Goodell's probably thinking, all right, how do we get around this?
Right.
Let's see. Call Robert real quick. Hey, Robert, look, I don't know what you have in plan, but I'm going to keep looking at this.
Yeah, right.
He's just going to say, I'm going to just keep looking at this.
I mean, it's like, not again. What's going on here?
It's bad. It's a bad look, not only for the Patriots, not only for Mike Vrabel, but for the NFL.
I'm sorry.
NFL, go ahead.
No,
I'm just saying the NFL prides themselves in being the number one, minus the WWE, the number one sports league, sports entertainment situation in the world.
It's nothing comes close. The WWE doesn't come close to this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The NFL is trying to work their way up to that.
Yeah.
And with this story, it doesn't help out the situation at all to kind of magnify the league itself.
I think my tone changed when I saw the video an hour ago.
Yep.
Like if you shot that, you would have sent that to me and Chase.
And that picture or video or whatever looks like it came from the bushes, like right off the bank.
Right.
Does it not?
So if I shot that, do you not think within 30 seconds I'm calling you and Chase?
Yep.
Hey, look what I got. Fact this hasn't been released for 5 years. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's not a good look at all. It really isn't.
All right.
Anyway, there are a lot of podcast names that I would love to read. Cannot read them. It is just not.
I mean, we literally can't read these podcast names because we'd be fired.
Yeah.
But you guys are very creative. We love our audience on 102.5 The Game, especially noon to 3. All day we love you guys, but you make us laugh. I hope we make you laugh. You make us laugh.
Let me read something that we can read on the air.
Oh, do we have a few?
Our question of the day. I can read that at least.
What's the question of the day again?
Well, it was your first real paying job that you had to take taxes out on.
Yes.
And Skeeter from Spring Hill says, I worked at the Piggly Wiggly on Knowlesville Road by Tusculum School. I know where that is. Made $5.15 an hour stocking shelves for 2 years. Then went back 2 years later and started at $11 an hour.
Whoa.
So big old pay bump. They understood the loyalty there. So there's that one. Let's see. Oh, boy. Can I read that one? That's a long one. All right.
She said.
Yep. First real job that lasted longer than 3 days was Opryland Springhouse Golf Club. Did not like the boss I had. washing silverware and the golf clubs in the kitchen. Hot, dirty job. Only kept it for the summer. Got behind someone because the machine was spitting it out at me too fast. One day I got frustrated and started throwing it away. Threw away probably 20 forks and 15 knives and 12 spoons. My brother worked with me and then took the trash out. It started jingling. He had another guy working like me. Why the trash was jiggling, I don't know.
Good Lord. All right. That's about all we can read because of the podcast names keep rolling in.
Yeah.
So
you guys are great, but can't read them for the radio.
All right, we will take a break. We'll come back. What's up next is the celebrity birthdays and what day is it? Again, you guys are we love you guys and girls who listen. Thank you guys for making our day so much fun. All right, back with more right after this on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show right here, 102.5 The Game, that Omni Nashville Hotel, live from Bar Lines. Real sports shows coming your way, 3 o'clock DVD. We'll have the very latest, hopefully not another Vrabel update this afternoon.
Never know.
So, yeah, right? That's the thing. You never know what's going on here. So, again, thanks for all the response today, the interaction on the text line. The podcast name, we're still laughing about that. We will not share those. But just think you guys are very creative. All right, with that, let's do it. Time for celebrity birthdays. And what day is it?
Okay, first and last, we have Make a Book Day. Joe, you have, 5 of those now?
I've written 7.
7?
5 published, and I'm waiting to get 2 more published.
Okay, well, today is Make a Book Day, so maybe one of those gets published sometime
Thank you
soon.
for buying all 5.
You're very welcome. I appreciate you signing all of them.
You can search Joe Dubin on Amazon. We're not kidding about this.
Yep, and you never know. If he signs it, he may say, stop looking at you through the glass. So that's maybe one of those.
Right?
I don't know.
Stay away from me.
National Barrier Awareness Day is today. Let's see. National Children's Mental Health Awareness Day is today. I mean, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, so you always be cognizant of that. National Cosmopolitan Day, another adult beverage.
Oh, they're so good.
National Day of Prayer. National Day of Reason. National Mural Day. National Roast Leg of Lamb Day.
Nice.
Interesting. National Tourism Day. Paste Up Day. And World Password Day. So there you go.
Do you what's one you just read?
Paste Up Day.
The one before that.
National Tourism Day.
No, up one.
National Roast Leg of Lamb Day.
Don't you get those like at the Renaissance Fair?
Like a full-on leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a turkey leg.
You ever go to the Renaissance Fair?
Yeah, over there in Franklin. Yeah.
I bet you'd be a good jouster.
No.
No. Here, let me follow me here. Like, I ride the horse, but you get on my back, and you joust. Me and you could take on the world.
Yeah, I think that'd be feasible. We could probably do something like that.
Do that. All right, we got that going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Brando, are you ready?
I am ready to roll, hoping to continue my streak from yesterday. So we'll see.
There you go.
Good. We're proud of you, buddy. All right. For some reason, this is the worst birthday because we don't have a lot of them. Dr. Crane, you go first. How old is former San Diego Charger running back Ronnie Harmon?
Ronnie Harmon is 62.
58.
62 exactly.
There you go.
Dr. Brando, how old is former Clarksville High standout at UNLV basketball player Sean Marion?
Ooh, Sean Marion. 51.
53.
48. Both wrong. Dr. Crane, how old is former number 1 pick out of Utah in the 2005 draft, Alex Smith?
Alex Smith is 46.
42.
42 exactly. I probably shouldn't give the year he was drafted. All right, on to some more celebrities. Brando, how old is former SNL cast member A.D. Bryant? That's how bad we are today. A.D. Bryant.
Let's go 55.
54.
She's 39 with all that. And my computer is resetting right now.
Oh, no.
That's okay, though. We doing okay? All right, let's see here. All right. Oh, it looks – all right, here we go. Dr. Crane, how old is Thelma Houston? I think she's Whitney's aunt.
Let's go 71.
87.
83. Brando, how old is actor Robin Strasser from One Life to Live? Also from your favorite soap, Passions. Robin Strasser.
Oh, yeah. Love me some Passions. Let's say 62.
67.
81. Dr. Crane, how old is the singer-songwriter Bill Danoff from Starland Vocal Band? I guess he write what's the song? Find me.
Oh, Afternoon Delight?
Afternoon Delight.
Afternoon Delight.
Bill Danoff.
All right, Bill, how old are you today? I think you're 73.
77.
80.
Wow.
Brando, how old is Bill Krutzman? He's the drummer for the Grateful Dead.
56.
59.
80. Dr. Crane, how old is former adult film star Tracy Lords, who is now a regular actress?
70.
64.
58. I'm telling you, this is the worst birthday day ever. Brando, how old is singer Eagle Eye Cherry, who had a great song in the 90s?
Ooh, 59.
57.
55. Dr. Crane's up 3-2.
Right.
Dr. Crane, how old is actor Dylan Galula from Jennifer Falls?
Who?
I have no idea. I'm telling you.
41.
28.
32. Brando, your last chance to tie or win. Drummer Matt Helders of Arctic Monkeys. I've never heard of this band.
43.
40.
40 exactly. Dr. Crane wins it 5-2. Sorry, Brando, man.
You know, we gave it a valiant effort. This one was a tough one. I had never heard of like 95% of those. So,
Me neither.
yeah.
But here's the good news, Brando. You're not going to be appearing on TMZ Sports anytime soon.
And for that, I will happily take it. That's my win today.
You're grateful. Brando, we love you, man. Thanks for always great job behind the glass today. Dr. Crane, man, good job.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the last couple of days. Chase, thank you very much. I'll be on tomorrow at 9.
So you're on from 9 to noon tomorrow.
That is correct.
Jake, everybody's off this week.
Everybody's gone. I got graduations galore, and Jake's still out of town. So
I hear you have Mike Organ on tomorrow.
I do. From 11 to noon, I have Mike Organ, maybe a little earlier, give or take his schedule.
All right.
And little tease, Mike Jacobs, Nashville SC General Manager.
So you got a couple
9:45.
of mics on tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if there's a way to lock the door so Mike Organ does not get in.
Look, he's only going to be able to come into the office if I get my Rayon City card.
Oh, I like that.
So
well done. All right. Thanks for all the interaction today. You guys are beautiful. We thank you. Our message every day, we leave the show every day to our guys out there. Know how much we love you. Please reach out if you are struggling. I've talked to men at all hours of the night. I don't care. Because when you reach out, that means you're trying to be better in your life. Please talk to us. Please go to therapy. Please know how beautiful you are. Please know how wonderful you are. Please find the gratitude in your life and know how special you are. As I say every day, look at all you've been through in your life, and you're still here. You're unbreakable, baby. You're unbreakable. We love you. And know, more importantly than anything else in this world, know how much God loves you. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.